Welcome to the program. I appreciate you listening. My thoughts today go back to 63 years, something like that. Close to 64 maybe. And my wife and I had not been married very long, and I had not been preaching. I was just a beginning preacher. And I preached around out in the rural churches. I had preached a few revivals, very few. And one day I got a call from DeRidder, Louisiana. Now, folks, you'd have to know the contrast from the churches that I had been preaching. I think they were just, some of them just helping me, trying to get me started. I hope they wasn't trying to get me out of the country. But anyway, I received this call from DeRidder, Louisiana. And at that time, that was big stuff. That was tall cotton. Everyone down at DeRidder had a job. They worked in plants. And all had nice cars, and a lot of them were school teachers. And I knew the names of the evangelists that preached for DeRidder. They were big names. They were people that was known across the country. And I'm going to tell you, whenever I received that call, I had one suit, and it was a hand-me-down suit. And I had one white shirt, and my wife had to wash it and iron it every day because we didn't have air conditioning and churches, and I would sweat down. And I had a pair of shoes that one day she told me, she said, O.C., when you are at the altar, would you turn a little towards the wall? I said, why? She said, well, you've got a hole in your shoe. Well, I knew the hole was in my shoe because I had put a paper. I had put newspaper, Daily Town Talk in it. And so, well, on the way to DeRidder, I stopped at a man that had a shoe store right on the street in a little town, and I asked him if he would fix that shoe, and he told me how much it would be. I believe it was $3 and something. And I paid him. He said, well, it looked like to me your other shoe needs done. I said, yes, sir. I'm going to preach a revival in DeRidder, and when I come back, I'll have the money to get it done. So that made me high on one side, low on the other. And so, man, I was nervous. And all I could think of was those preachers that had been down there before me. You know, we got there, and I preached the first night, and everything seemed well. We had a good altar service, and looked like a revival was in the making. And so then the second night, I went out, and man, the Lord was just blessed. He just blessed. It was so wonderful what the Lord was doing. And a man by the name of Larry Barnhill come up to me after the service was over, during the altar service, and said, "Could I see you in the parsonage?" Man, I thought, oh, what have I done? What's he calling me out on? He said, did I say ain't? What did I say? Because my English is not the very best. And so I got in there, and he had one of those suit bags. I had never seen a suit bag. It almost looked like leather. And it had a round hole in it with plastic so you could see inside. You could see the suit. And man, he said, "I want you to try he unzipped it. He said, "I want you to try this on." Said, "I got this for you today." Well, man, I could have wore the suit bag. It's kind of like, it was so pretty. The suit bag itself, it kind of made me think about my mother. She asked us to let her pick her out her own casket. Well, we knew why. We knew that it was because she was stingy, and she thought we would overdo it when she passed away. So we got down in the casket room at the mortuary, and she saw this beautiful casket, and she said, "Jimmy, how much is this one?" She knew him. He come out and drank coffee with her. "How much is this one, Jimmy?" He said, "Miss Bertha, that's $15,000. She stopped and she said, "Jimmy, you wouldn't happen to have the box that came in, would you?" But anyway, the man took the suit out, put the suit on, it just fit. Oh, it was a beautiful suit. I can see it after 60-something years. I can see that suit just like it was the moment I first saw it. And he said then, "What size shoes do you wear?" I said, 11D. He said, "Try these on." He took his shoes off, and I tried them on. They just fit. He said, I thought they would. He said, "I just bought these shoes today." He said, "I want you to have them." And to my surprise, I stood there in a new suit and a new shoes. And when he left, he stepped out of a side door and made his way down the street, leaving. Here's this man that could have afforded whatever he wanted, walked out barefooted. You'll never know how it humiliated me yet, how much it made such a difference to know that God saw me and he was taking care of me. God has been so good. Thank you.